the don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for the loyalty. So I could understand whatever. I don't know the dynamics of the beef between Kendrick and Drake.
Okay.
I don't know what that beef
popped off with that?
from. It might just be good old hip hop. I'm better than you, you better than me. You got to come out to the yard.
Prove it.
You know, in jail, everybody's a gangster till somebody says, Shannon, come to the yard. Get your knife, let's go to the yard. So Kendrick Lamar told him, let's go to the yard.
Bring your mic.
They came out, bring your mic. Let's go. Now, everybody yells. I don't know the story, but I was really shocked how everybody went against him. I really, this is the first time I actually even talk about it. Like, I was confused because I thought everybody was family. I thought everybody was cool. Everybody, I never did a song with Drake. I never got $1 from him. I never benefited from him, but he's a great person.
Right.
And just because I got a friend who got a bunch of money, who was the biggest rapper in the world, don't mean he got to make records with me.
Correct.
It don't mean I could just love him because I love him. And so in the hip hop sense, it was a great battle. But to answer your thing, if I was Drake, I'd be very confused on how they all collapsed on me.
Because a lot of people, like you said, ate off the plate that Drake set. And for you, okay, I get it, people are going at him. And it's easy when it's easy to pile on once someone else has got you down.
Man.
And it seems like Kendrick was doing his thing. It was a nice record. It was played. They played it like.
Oh no, L.A. forget it. Not played.
Played.
If you go to L.A. right now, they playing that thing every 2 seconds. That
at
Power
least 5 times.
106 is that Kendrick Lamar station.
Yeah.
5 times an hour.
Yes.
Or every 30 minutes.
Yes.
Oh no, it's crazy out there. It's crazy, but hip hop battles have always happened since the beginning of time. We encourage it if there's no violence involved. You got to come out to the yard. That's why I didn't understand what J. Cole ain't come out to the yard. He ain't come out to the yard. So I don't know. I think J. Cole's one of the best.
Yeah.
You understand? And
maybe he saw this thing where this thing was headed at. He's like, I don't
even care.
But you got to, huh? You got to come to the yard. The man summons you. You got to come, Joe.
You got to come to the yard. You got to come. You got to come to the yard. And I love J. Cole and I love his music, but he got to come to the yard. Like, this is hip hop. That's how it started.
Right.
From day one. Busy B, Kumo D, LL Cool J, Ice-T, Kumo D. Like, this thing ain't new. KRS-One, MC Shan, Roxanne Shante. This is what it is. You got to come to the yard.
So what are your thoughts about Kendrick submitting the song for the Grammys? And it's nominated like, 4 or 5 times? Song of the year, record of the year?
It's safe to say he got one. When I heard that, and then bam, 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 mustard on the beat, bam, bam, I said, oh, he got one. He got one.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't even a rap battle. It had nothing to do with a rap battle. And he said, they not like us. It would have been a super smash. No matter what. Of course, the energy made it.
He zeroed in on.
But the energy, everything, America love a big fight.
Yeah.
That's why we watch football every Sunday. That's why we watch the boxing matches.
Yes.
That's why we love that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we love a guy that's good that we want to see him lose. I got the Kobe's on. I used to die for Kobe to lose. Like, I'd be like, I hate Kobe. He wins all the time. Till he passed away. I cried like a baby and said, damn, bro, we need Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what America's built on. America's built on a big fight, the talk, the diss. That's never gonna change.
30 years from now, will we look back on Not Like Us, like No Vaseline, Hit 'Em Up, the going between Nas,
1 billion%. 1 billion%.
Ether? We're gonna look.
Some people say bigger. Some people say it's bigger because you got Drake.
Yeah.
This man put out hits. How many years, Rich? 15 years. We had never heard in our life Drake not on the radio with a hit. He looked like a god. And then he goes to war with this other little fella who going hard. And then the homeboy pulls out a, go shorty, it's your birthday, we gon' party. That's what They Not Like Us is.
Right.
They're not like us. It's like a lean back.
It's an anthem.
You can find me in the club. Yeah, that's going forever.
I think one time you compared, you said Drake is like Ja Rule, and I guess Kendrick is like 50.
I never said that.
Okay.
And,
So
and I,
put it into words how you framed it.
I never said that.
Okay, so if we're looking at this battle, Ja Rule 50, Drake.
I just think Drake.
Because Drake is so big.
No. I just think Drake. He might have lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I think he lives on to make more hits. He still does his stadiums. I still think he's the biggest rap star in the world. Like I think he's the biggest rap star in the world.
By losing this, does he lose? Does any luster, any shine come off his luster?
Yeah, but we're soon to see. We'll soon to see, because if Drake comes out with 10 hits in a row, 15 hits in a row, we forget that he lost the battle. You know, see, the problem with Ja Rule and 50 is that 50 slowed him up to where before that, Ja Rule was the Drake of the term with all the hits.
Okay, that's what you. Yeah,
Now,
okay.
so what I'm saying is, I believe that Drake will drop 10, 15 hits in a row, and it'll be like, yo, you caught that L that time. Like, some people think Jay-Z lost to Nas, but Jay-Z's Jay-Z.
Correct.
You understand? So I think that's what's gonna happen with this.
Right. Can you explain the Ja Rule and 50 Cent beef to the best of your estimation? What transpired and why did it become? They didn't just leave it on the wax. I mean, it seemed like it was really personal, and they sincerely, genuinely dislike each other.
Forever. And still. I had it. I was squashing the beef.
Right.
Fat Joe was squashing the beef. I had it. And Irvin Ja was like, nah, we ain't squashing shit. Yeah. I swore I had it. Like, I don't want to put it on 50, but I think 50 was almost like, yo, Joe, whatever you want to do. So I had that. And then when I went to them, they was like, fuck that, this, that. Do I recommend for beef to be 20, 30 years? I think that's dumb. I think it should be over. I think it would show amazing growth for hip hop music if those two squash their beef.
Yes.
And we move on.
Right.
Like, like me, I moved on. Like, you got to move on from these moments. Stay stuck in some shit, and every time, just move on.
50, it seems like when 50 get into it with somebody, 50 don't lose. He don't. And he don't care. He gonna keep.
I had a show with 50 2 nights ago. That's why I'm laughing. And he was talking my ear off, like the ear off. And this guy, he's so smart. And you in the club and he talking smart shit to you, and you're like, yo, Fifth, like, yo, we in the club. He's like, yo, because Evan Ershner, this, that, I'm like, yo, Fifth, like, I'm proud of him because he come from the hood. He come from a tough background. Think of all the people he fed with all his power and Ghost and his team. See, that's how I look at hip hop. When I see Young Thug, yeah, I want him out of jail. I want him to employ the 100 people. I want him to take care of his family. I want to make sure his kids go to private school. That's how I look at all artists, as they get to feed so many people. Fat Joe, you see right here, I feed about 100 people. Families eat Thanksgiving because of Fat Joe. I'm talking about people who personally work for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Ja Rule. I'm proud of all my brothers. I'm at the point where I'm about positivity over everything. I could see through the bullshit and be like, yo, bro, let's
get this money together. You get your bread, I'm gonna get my bread. We don't need to be beefing. What we beefing for?
Is the hottest guy in 2024. So I understood that, but I did usually when people do some shit, I'm really like, yo, my man, come on, please.
Right.
This was legit. This was legit that Lil Wayne could have performed and held down the halftime. He could have brought Drake. He could have brought Nicki Minaj. He could have brought the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, it was legit. It was legit. It was like, I understand I don't want to take none from Kendrick Lamar because he earned it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wouldn't have minded a Cash Money halftime.
Is it a situation because we saw what happened at the LA Super Bowl where they had Dre, they had Snoop? Because prior to that, we had never seen a situation where a hometown act got to perform. Because when it was in Atlanta, they had Maroon 5. And last I checked, Maroon 5 ain't from the 8.
Yeah.
They bypassed Usher, they bypassed Outkast and T.I. and Luda and whomever, Future, all those.
Well, who did that? That was before Jay-Z.
That was before who? Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. But I'm saying, so I think that we thought that once Jay-Z got in there and they saw Dr. Dre and they saw Snoop at LA, they just automatically assume now if the Super Bowl's in somebody's hometown, oh, they gonna get it. And it doesn't work like that.
Does not. It does not. It's a lot of politics that go involved. You know, just like you. You from LA, right? You live in LA.
Yeah.
Every 1 second is Kendrick Lamar on that radio.
Yeah.
The people who make decisions of the NFL live in LA. And they listening to that radio, and every 1 second is Kendrick Lamar. So they thinking that's all over America ringing off like that. And so they picked him. He's the biggest guy for 2024. I love it either way.
Right.
And who's to say that he doesn't bring out Lil Wayne? Who's to say they don't rock out like that? You know,
and bring the Cash Money, or bring out Master No Limit Soldiers, or have some aspect of the New Orleans, because
Mia X. I'm a big fan of New Orleans hip hop from day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They helped this hip hop evolve. The Cash Money, the No Limit, they New Orleans always been the shit in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could have. Would you have felt better if they'd brought out the Neville brothers? If they'd brought out Wynton and Brandon Marcellus? Well, I'm just saying. So I mean, Harry Connick Jr. They're native.
God bless them. Maybe they could have played behind it. Now I would have respected it if Lil Wayne was performing and the Neville brothers are playing the music behind them.
Right.
That's inclusion.
Right.
But to hear that, I'd rather hear Kendrick Lamar or the Cash Money crew.
Right. You mentioned earlier that when you get called to the yard, if you're in that situation, they call you to the yard. So in the situation where you got a mic battle going on, and somebody say, bring your mic to the studio, you got to go.
Yes, sir.
You said you didn't like that J. Cole didn't respond. Would Joe have responded?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I set myself up on Verzuz. So I did Verzuz. I knew Ja Rule would win.
Right.
He's my brother. I love him to death. So they was like, yo, Joe, I could have picked the less opponent.
Right.
It was on me. So they was like, yo, Joe, you super viral. We want you to do Verzuz. Then they told me, yo, I know I negotiated a huge bag.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you, to do Verzuz. And then Swiss B told me, whoever you pick, get the same bag that you got. Wow. So I got on the phone, called Ja Rule so fast, because that's my brother. I love Ja Rule to death. And I was like, yo, Ja. He was like, nah, I don't want to go against you, Joe. I said, no, it ain't like, bro, you're going to get the bag.
Yeah.
Right? And Ja Rule, he got 40 number ones. Like, I knew that boy was going to go crazy at that. But it didn't matter to me. You know, he's my brother. I wanted him to get the bag. I wanted him to get the shine.
Joe, that's real.
That's real
talk. Not a whole lot of people would have done that, because a lot of times I want to be in a situation, I want to shine, I want to win. And you, hold on, I would rather win than have somebody get equal bag.
Yeah, but nah, that's not me.
You're a real one for that, though.
Yeah, I'm not like that. For me, I wanted to see my brother come back.
Right.
I wanted him to get the spotlight. Why do that? Or why even feel good spanking up some other rapper that I knew only had 2 or 3 hits? And just start spanking them up on there, and y'all have been like, this is whack.
Right.
You know, what was dope was like Fat Joe been winning for so long, and then Ja Rule, and it was like, it was a hype.
Chance to get back out there.
Yeah, we went back out there. Ja was doing all his hits, and every time I looked at his wife, I told her sorry. You know what I mean? Because I love Ja. I love his whole family. So, that to me, that's what it's about.
Ross got involved in the beef, in the beef also. And I was surprised, because I'm like, damn, Ross, y'all Young Money. I mean, you, Drake, y'all. I'm like,
I never even talked to Ross about that. So
really?
I can't respond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love Ross. I don't know. One day he gonna have to tell us what that was about.
I sat down with Khaled about 7 months ago, maybe even last year. And Khaled is so positive. Khaled ain't gonna say nothing about nobody. He's like, bro, there's so much food for everybody to eat. Ain't no sense in us fighting over morsels because it's so plentiful. Where did you and Khaled get that mindset from? That you like, you know what? I ain't gotta talk bad about nobody. Let's talk about what we can do together.
Well, you know, Khaled's like an angel to me. You know what I'm saying? He's my angel. And he protects me because he talked me off the cliff my whole life. I could have been in jail 1,000 years. I could have been fucked up.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before two something.